We're going to make a radial gutter orthosis. So there are a lot of different things you can do with this orthosis. You can include one or multiple digits. You can include one or multiple joints. So for this video, we are going to include the index and middle fingers, and we're just going to include the MP joint. So first we'll start out with the pattern. The first thing you're gonna do is poke a hole for the thumb and slide that over the patient's thumb. If you are going to include all of the digits, make sure you poke the thumb hole far enough down so that you have enough paper towel to reach the end of the digits. Then you're going to position the patient in intrinsic plus position. So this is full extension of the IP joints and flexion of the MP joints. So first, on the dorsal side of the hand, you're going to palpate the MP joints of the digits that you are going to include. So I am including the index and middle fingers. So I'm going to mark after the middle finger there. And then you're just going to extend that down onto the forearm. And then for this one, we are just including the MP joints. So I only want P1 in the orthosis. So I'm going to mark where the PIP joint is and connect that there. Then on the volar side, same thing. So you're going to palpate the index and middle fingers and mark after that. And then mark where the PIP joint is there. And then connect that to the dorsal side. Then you're going to palpate for the base of the thenar eminence. And then extend it down onto the forearm. We do want this to be about 2/3 the length of the arm, so I do want just a little bit longer there. And then when you're done, it will look something like this. When the materials are ready, you apply it radially over the thumb. So first thing I'm going to do is roll out the thumb hole so that it does not limit any range of motion of the thumb. You can tag this at the wrist, and I'm going to. Otherwise, you can just allow gravity to help you. When you do the wrist, you want to position the wrist in neutral and make sure there's no radial or ulnar deviation. Then when you're ready to mold the finger portion, you can tag it between the included digits. So again, we're including the index and middle fingers. And we are just doing the MP joint. So I want it to come just proximal to the PIP joint. So I am gonna roll it just proximal to the PIP joint for comfort. And then you wanna position the digits in intrinsic plus position again. Also, you do want to watch deviation of the digits. Make sure they're not falling into radial or ulnar deviation. Then you can mold the dorsal and volar aspects of the hand. You want to be sure to get a good fit in the palm. And on the dorsum of the hand, you want to make sure that both included MP joints are covered. And then you can just mold the forearm part. When the material is cooled, you can mark it for trimming. So we're going to start here on the volar side. So you want to bring the material straight down from the included digits because we don't want to impede motion on the not included digits. So I'm going to bring that straight down, pass through the base of the thenar eminence, and then bring that down onto the forearm. Same thing on the dorsum of the hand. So we want both metacarpal heads completely covered. But other than that, we want the material to stop after that, and then you'll just bring that straight down as well. And then it is a little long on her forearm. We just want it to go 2/3 of the length of her forearm, so I'm going to trim it about there. Here's the orthosis after trimming. So I trimmed the two sides, so you just bring it straight down, and then this portion you want half the width of the forearm. Same thing here, I just brought it straight down between the fingers that are included and not included, and then half the width of the forearm. We also smoothed it really well with the heat gun here because this is an area for irritation with that adjacent finger there. You do want to open between the digits that are included and not included to avoid irritation and limiting of range of motion. Velcro for this orthosis, you're going to do a piece at the base of the forearm, one just proximal to the wrist, one at the dorsum of the hand, and then one on each side to go around the included digits. For this area here, it's a really tricky area for Velcro, so I'm going to show how to make a special strap to go around that. So to make the strap, you'll take a piece of Velfoam and fold it about 1 inch over and cut out a triangle. And then you'll fold it a little further and cut out the corners next to the diamond that you just made. And then I like to round the edges after that. And now you have a strap that you can attach to the side of the thumb hole. You just pull it through, and then this can loop around and attach to the dorsum of the hand there. Here's the final product of the Radial gutter orthosis. So with that special strap that we made, that will come to the dorsum of the hand and attach back here. Then you will need a strap that goes around the base of the forearm, a strap that sits just proximal to the wrist, and then a strap around the included digits. Final things to check for: you want to make sure that the thumb is free from motion, so have them oppose. Next, you want to make sure that the joints that are not included in the orthosis are free. So here we want to check for PIP flexion and DIP flexion. And then lastly, you want to have them wiggle the adjacent fingers to make sure there's not any irritation in the web space.